Hi Hylians! Farosh is the most useful dragon to farm for parts, especially horns. Today, we'll first learn why they're useful, all the reasons you need Farosh parts, and the easiest way to farm Farosh parts. Which I do suggest every player learn how to do. If you don't know me, I'm Nico and I love collecting and doing everything possible in Zelda games. If you need help finding or doing anything in Zelda games, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. First of all, for cooking, no matter which dragon part, each part adds specific amount of time to the dish. Each scale cooked adds 1 minute and 30 seconds to a dish. Each claw cooked adds 3 minutes and 30 seconds to a dish. Each fang adds 10 minutes and 30 seconds. And cooking a horn makes the dish last 30 minutes. This is the highest time any bonus can go for, making horns one of the most useful materials, and the reason why you'd want to farm Farosh a lot. Not only that, but horns sell for 300 rupees each, and because we'll be farming these quickly, which I'll mention later, this is one of the best and easiest ways to farm for rupees in the game. You can get about 7,000 rupees every 10 minutes. Another reason you would want to farm Farosh parts would be to upgrade some gear. You do need 2 horns for the Champion's Tunic's 2nd upgrade, 1 horn for the Barbarian Chest's 4th upgrade. For the Fierce Deity Legs, you do need 1 scale for the 1st upgrade, 1 claw for the 2nd, 1 fang for the 3rd, and 1 horn for the 4th. And the Cap of the Wild, you'll need 2 scales for the 1st upgrade, 2 claws for the 2nd, 2 fangs for the 3rd, and 2 horns for the 4th. So that's a total of 3 scales, 3 fangs, 3 claws, and 6 horns. You do also need a scale to open a shrine in the Spring of Courage. This is behind the Serpent's Jaw in north of the Faron Woods. Now, for farming Farosh parts, I'll quickly explain the best method, then I'll talk about some details, answer some common questions, and explain why I do the things the way I do them, with the last notes being the most important ones. There are 3 places that Farosh spawns: above the Gerudo Highlands, out of Lake Hylia, and in the Faron Woods. The best place is in Faron Woods and specifically in this location, the Riola Spring. It's best to fast travel to the shrine underneath the waterfall and use the Zora armor to swim up the waterfall. Go to the left side, drop a bundle of wood, make a fire, sit until morning. You do have to wait a few seconds for Farosh to appear, so you might as well light the fire again, and as soon as the updraft starts, ride the updraft and shoot whichever part you want, most likely horns. Wait for the part to fly, then you can sit by the fire. Repeat this as much as you want. Now for some important details. If you don't have the Zora armor to go up the waterfall, you can fly to the tower, then you can go north to climb up the cliffs to get to the lake. It just takes a bit of time, and just know you can come across a Hinox and a Lino. But if you want to get the Zora armor, you get it by doing the Zora main quest. You can go to the right side of the waterfall, but it'll be easier to collect the dragon parts after if you get them from the left side, which I'll talk about in a bit. Also, the old farming location that people used to talk about is in the cave in the back. But to me, it's too far, making this method less efficient. The other argument may be that the cave does prevent the fire from being wet if it rains, not allowing you to make a fire, and also prevents Farosh from shocking Link with electricity. However, the spot to the left, of course it's closer to Farosh, and just put the fire under the tree leaves to prevent it from getting wet. I put the fire right at the corner of this little grass triangle thing, and then cut the leaf that's in the way of the camera. That's not necessary, but I like to do it. And if you're afraid of getting electrocuted, I used to say use shockproof dishes or the thunder helm or rubber gear, but honestly, you'll be doing the farming so fast it doesn't even matter. You won't get shocked. And if you don't have fire weapons, you can use flint, hit it with a metal weapon. Just know that you do have to use flint, so make sure you have enough if it's the beginning of the game. And as a reminder, the dragon will cause an updraft, so you don't need to make more fires for the updraft. This is probably the most important part. When you shoot Farosh or any other dragon, the part will sparkle. You do have to wait till the part starts to fly away. Then you can immediately sit down at the fire. You don't have to wait until the part hits the ground. However, if you sit at the fire before the part flies away, the part will be unpickupable. I don't know why this happens. Also, you can leave all the parts where they are, then continue the method as much as you want. Don't take too long to shoot Farosh or the parts will fly away somewhere farther away. If you continue to hit Farosh quickly, there are 4 spots they should land. These 2 spots on the same side that you're on of the lake, and the 2 spots on the other side. If the parts go farther away or down the cliff, just leave them. Now, I did say you can do this trick as much as you want, but just so you know, I tested this only once. I kept shooting Farosh more than 15 minutes and the parts stopped sparkling. I did that a few times and looks like the most parts that can be on the ground is 40. Again, I did only test this once, so maybe I'm wrong, you can try it yourself. And lastly, if you're using the horns for getting lots of rupees, you should get 7,200 rupees every 10 minutes. Farosh farming is one of the best methods for farming rupees. There are a few different methods, some with glitches and some without. Because it depends how far you are in the game and which parts you did unlock, watch both of these videos to see all the best ways to farm rupees. Part 1 does have glitches and part 2 has other methods, and then I also rank all the methods all together. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider subscribing for more Zelda content, and I'll see you next time!